Whoops. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Susan. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, I was trying to send a link out to everyone and figured I wasn't up there.
I know, the timer went off, and I'm like,
Anyways, got Bryn up here. Hi, Susan. Hi, Mark. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Ooh, that sounds good, Joe.
Okay, now I gotta move this to the other screen so I'm not looking different directions because the camera's on the other one.
Hey,
There.
Susan. Well, my classmate doesn't have power, so I shouldn't hopefully go dark screen.
Yeah.
She already called me. I had to print out the papers we need tomorrow. I had to print out papers for her because she doesn't have power and she lives out in the country, so it could be hours before she has power.
Yeah, hours or even a day or two.
Yeah. So I said, no problem. And I printed them out for her.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
And Mark, I need to smurf him. And now my phone won't respond. Ugh. I don't know why my phone's been like, kind of like locks up sometimes.
Kelly. Hey, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got Mark Thomas. Now you can check out other people if he wants.
If he's still here. He asked the question that before you were on live.
Oh, I did. Yeah, Central Time I go live.
No, it's 8 Eastern that you go live for him.
Oh,
He had 8 o'clock on there.
yeah. Oh, no, Susan. Oh, remember those days when I was buffering really bad?
Right. What was
I,
wrong?
I don't know what happened, but one night when I ended it, the internet went out and it was out for quite some time.
Right.
And then after that, everything came back on and haven't haven't noticed any buffering.
Hmm. Maybe they're working on the line down from you or something.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I didn't call in at all.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah, this morning Layla was going after something. She was walking down the hallway, then all of a sudden she jumped up and then swung at whatever she saw. Hi, Renegade.
Hey, Renegade.
Ah, moved my phone out of the way and I knocked something over. Yeah, what does everybody want to talk about? Yeah, pretty much open topic here.
I have 597 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I've been on there when I'm headed for bed and stuff like that. Watch it before I go to sleep or during the day.
Yeah, I know, Susan. I know what you're going through.
Ooh, what did she do? I didn't catch it on Renegades.
She had teeth pulled the other day.
Oh yeah. And don't use a straw. Because the straw can cause a suction in your mouth. I learned that in dental assisting school.
No, I'm not in Michigan, Mark. Across the lake. I'm in Wisconsin.
Oh wow.
Gosh, I remember eating soft food for a month. First it was the left side that got worked on. Then when that was like almost healed, then it was the right side. Eating egg, oatmeal, and all that got tiresome after a while. Oh, I know where La Crosse is.
What, La Crosse, Michigan?
La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh. We have a La Crosse in Indiana too.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Susan. Yeah, I had caps put on, had a root canal, teeth pulled, all that good stuff. Yeah, Madison, that's about 2 hours away from me. I think a little over 2 hours. That's funny, Susan. Of course, Layla does the same thing too. Hi, Steven.
Hey, Steven.
Of course, before that, my previous cat, she would catch flies and then she would like fling them at me, like saying, "Here's what I caught." Yeah, I know Lydia's not going to be up here tonight. She messaged me saying that she's out of town.
Oh, where's Cricket and stuff? There's little Lego.
And here she is.
I heard my name called, so I rushed right over. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
I'm doing okay.
My neighbor called plenty of time for me to copy off the papers that we need tomorrow for class.
That's nice.
Because her power's out.
Oh.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Bill. Hi, Will. Hi, Joe. Hi, Mark. I don't think I met you. How's school going, Frank?
Doing okay. Got a 94 in one class and a 98 in one class.
That's good.
And we're in the 5th week of 8 weeks.
Oh.
I had a pretty good day today. My cousin called me on the phone, and when we were kids and teenagers, we were always together, always, you know. And as the years go by, married life, moving away, and stuff, you kind of drift apart. Well, she called me today because recently her mother had died, and she was over cleaning out her mother's house, getting ready to sell it, and came across a bunch of pictures of when we were teenagers and family members, and you know, through the years, great grandparents. Some of them were back in the 1800s even. And she brought them over today, and we was sitting and looking at them and having a whole lot of laughs. It just brought back a lot of memories. It was really good to see her. It was made my day.
Yeah, Mark, I remember riding one of those duck boats too. It was kind of neat. You're on land, then in water, back on land, then water again.
So what's everybody working on? Or if anything?
Nothing much. I did a little homework today. Do more tomorrow.
That's kind of neat, Mark. I don't know too many people named Cricket. I've had this, my dad named me this nicknamed me this, I should say, when I was born.
Yeah.
So it kind of hung on me. I have a real name, it's Teresa, but nobody in my family or friends or anybody has ever called me Teresa. I think the only ones that did was my ex who called me Teresa, but nobody's ever called me Teresa in my family. In fact, if you called the house, my mother's house, and my stepdad or anybody would answer and they'd ask for Teresa, they'd say, you got the wrong number, because they'd forget my real name was Teresa. That's how many years I went with Cricket.
Yeah.
So,
My sleeping pills, I have to show my ID now. The
really?
new ones that they gave me, yeah.
What did they give you? I mean, not, oh, you can't mention them.
Ambien, but yeah.
Yeah, them, oh,
Oh, it's a low dose.
yeah. My sister, they gave my sister some of them, and she went, ooh, on them things.
Yeah.
They found her, they was traveling, and she took some at the hotel to go to sleep. I shouldn't tell this on her, but she don't want to touch this and stuff anyways. But she took them in the hotel to go to sleep, and she was probably in her late 60s then, or early 60s. And my brother-in-law went to sleep. He got up. She wasn't in the bed. She was out wandering around in the parking lot in her pajamas of the hotel.
Yeah, my friend does weird. His ex-wife used to videotape him eating and sitting there being all silly. But it doesn't do anything to me.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, but it was. He said it like scared him because he didn't know where she would have went in the hotel.
Yeah.
He said he went outside. He went looking and he seen a lady, and she said, "Well, there's a lady down there walking around the parking lot in her pajamas." She was just down there, just dancing away in the parking lot.
Yeah, I remember when my brother took that for a while because he had problems sleeping at night.
Yeah, I won't. Ever since he told me that, and I'm like, no. And then my other sister, her husband took them, and he didn't know. He was out bowling. He was on a bowling team, and his son said, "Dad, it's time for you to take your meds." And he got the wrong meds and gave his dad the Ambien out of his bag instead of the medicine he was supposed to take.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And they wound up. They were out of town for a bowling league, is what it was. And they wound up going who knows where. They didn't even remember how he got there or nothing. And my nephew, he was like, I thought Dad knew where he was going till we got lost, couldn't find nothing. So. Yeah, I've heard stories on that stuff. I don't think I want to.
Okay, Will.
Brenna's a troublemaker. No, she's not, Bill. Did you see what he wrote?
And I've been trying to clean up myself too here.
Uh-huh. You should have seen my house last week. We cleaned out our attic. You had a maze to walk around in my living room and dining room. Oh, it was a mess.
Yeah.
And we just finished picking it up today before my cousin got here, the rest of it. Yeah, I'm working on these little hexagon squares. You glue them on the little paper cards.
Oh,
You glue them material on these little paper cards. They're little hexagon squares.
yeah.
Then you sew them all together, and you can make quilts. You take the cards out after you sew them together, and you just sew the little edges, and you just different ones. You make quilts with scrap material.
Yeah.
When I'm bored, I just sit and glue paper, fabric and paper. It's called English paper pieces. I call it glue and fabric to paper. Hi, Renegade. It was like my cousin called and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna come over." I said, "Okay, I got a bunch of pictures, and I know we haven't seen each other." And you ever get those calls when somebody says, I want to come over to see you," and your house is like, just all out of whack. Like dishes in the sink, newspapers on the floors, dishes on the table, but when it's nice and clean, nobody comes over to visit. But it just seems like, after the weekend, you just kind of was relaxed and didn't
Yeah.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, "Oh, I'll be over in an hour." You should have seen me and my husband down there picking up everything. It's like, oh God, boxes went into the bedroom because we were still finishing up the remnants from the attic, and oh God, I loaded the dishwasher, wiped down
Okay.
the
Was it?
counter. How's your teeth or your mouth feeling, Susan? You feeling better today? Where's Lydia at? I know her mouth was hurting her too.
Lydia messaged me earlier saying that she was out of town.
Oh. Yeah, she was saying her mouth was hurting her last night too. But now it's time to pick on Susan. Bill.
Bill.
You guys, in any of that weather that's supposed to be coming, you guys gonna get any of it?
I'm gonna have rain tomorrow, snow in the morning, or sometime tomorrow I have snow, and then it turns to rain, so it's not like it's gonna. And it said it might be on the grass.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
My son called me today from South Dakota, and he said they're gonna get hit pretty good.
I'll find out. Alexa, what's tomorrow's weather?
Tomorrow, you'll see Michigan City.
Expect a high of
Low of 30 Fahrenheit and a low of 32 degrees. Would you also like to know the weather for the next 7 days?
Sure.
In Michigan City for the next 7 days, Wednesday, 48 degrees Fahrenheit and showers. Thursday,
Now, Bill, that's the way to be nice.
Friday, 47 degrees and showers. Saturday, 46 degrees and overcast weather.
Well, I'm gonna have to put you in a corner.
Clouds.
Yeah.
Monday, 54 degrees and showers. Tuesday, 47 degrees and lots of clouds.
Pretty much.
Lots of rainy days.
Yeah. Here too. Pretty much the same.
I think that's what it is for us too. I'm just hoping the roads don't get nasty, because they said we got something coming in after this too, so that makes Thanksgiving travel bad.
Yeah. And I have my A sitting right by the doorway. Then that way, if I'm in the bathroom, I fall or something, I can just yell to it.
Yeah.
have it call for help and whatever. Hey, cool gamer.
Hi, cool gamer. I don't think I've met him before either on here.
Cool gamer.
Yeah.
He comes in quite a bit. He supports all of the channels that pretty much everyone goes to here.
I think I've heard of him, but I don't think I've ever, been up here where I've got to meet him. But nice to meet you, cool gamer.
Yeah, it rained yesterday here. It rained today.
That's all it's been doing here, on and off. Rain, 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 on. Then stop, then start up, then stop.
In fact, the recycle bin, somehow the cover got flipped open. I think the wind blew it open, and so it was loaded with water. Trying to dump that. Oh, that was something.
Trying to see the chat. How you doing, Joe? You doing better? I hope so, hon. I'm thinking about you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that again.
I'm thinking about you and Lydia, and how the holidays are going to be a little tough. And
Yeah. Nope, I'm not interested in that. In my suggested video, it, it was it was showing how cigarettes are made. I'm like, I'm not interested in that. See that every Monday and Wednesday when they make their own.
I had a, I don't know, spam list call today or whatever. And they called and they wanted me to buy my house. The house. And I'm like, number one,
Hey, Lydia.
I'm not interested in selling my house. So they said, well, we're interested in selling it. Would you be willing to take an offer? Would you, do you have any other properties that you have for sale? And I said, no, I don't have any other properties, and I'm not interested. Thanks for calling. I hung up on it.
Hi, Lydia.
Well, about right after I hung up, it was like instantly, because I hung up on them. They called me right back. And the other night, I remember we was on somebody's live, and they said, grab a wooden spoon and a metal pan and just start banging on it, They called back, and I picked the phone up, and I said, hello, like a man. And they said, yeah, we would like to speak to Cricket about her property. I said, one moment, please. And I went and got that metal pan, that wooden spoon, and I just started banging, and I was singing in there, burning down the house. I was banging away on that pot of pan, singing that, telling that out. my husband come running in. He goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm dealing with a spammer. You're crazy. He thought the house was on fire because I was singing burn. Hi, Lydia.
Yeah, I got a few scam calls today, and
Joe, you'll be okay on Thanksgiving. Just if you have family there around you, just, surround yourself with, family members and happy memories. And I know it's going to be rough, but that's what, sometimes it helps. I lost my dad right before Christmas. on December 10th, and that first Christmas was rough. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I got a few scam calls. In fact, one of them, I got them like really PO'd.
yeah. But somebody was on your channel. Remember, they said get a wooden spoon and just start banging on a pan or something like that. Well, I go, that's going to work for me. So, they probably won't call no more. They just don't want to take no for an answer, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll blow my whistle in the phone.
That's hard. It's hard to lose your parents at any time, but on a holiday, it's even harder.
Yeah.
Susan said she blew a duck collar into a Spam call. Yeah. I like to mess with them, especially if I'm bored. I'll carry on a conversation with them, and if I'm bored, I just go on and on and on.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm crazy or something, you know. And I think they hang on just because they're laughing their ass off. But, hey, they
Yeah.
got a good job, you know.
Yeah, I was in the middle of doing something. The phone rang, so I answered it, and it was a scam call. And I told him right out, why don't you get a real job, little boy? And they got so offended by it.
My husband he hung up on one time, and they kept calling back like 3 or 4 times. And this guy got really, really, I mean, blunt. I mean, he was really, you know, like saying stuff about, you know, how's your mother, my kids, stuff like that. And, oh, it was, my husband was getting really agitated, so I took the phone and I just let him have it. He
Hey,
couldn't keep
Joe.
up.
Yeah, Joe, I get those calls all the time too. They say that they're your Medicare advisor,
Yeah.
and those are scam calls too.
Or we're here to help you get your Social Security started. You know, stuff like that.
And food card and all that.
Yep. When my boys was little and they were just learning how to talk, you know, they were just babbling. And I had one that just loved to babble all the time. And they would call and ask for me or something. I'd say, hang on a second. And I'd go get a phone to the baby. Let the baby talk. Hi, Angela.
Hey, Angela.
Oh, be quiet, fan.
These two there.
I don't know if you can hear the fan when it kicked in.
No.
It only goes for like a minute or two, then shuts off.
What is it, a heater?
The CPU fan.
Oh. I can hear it, but it's not that loud.
Yeah.
So, Brent, are you going to your dad's for Thanksgiving or are you cooking?
I go to my sister's. I pick up a turkey and all its fixings on Sunday
Mhm.
from a thing that does it for low income people. I got on the list and I qualified.
There you go.
Well, I take it to my sister's house and she makes it.
Got you.
It's less that she has to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll make it for me and all that kind of stuff. And she got either a 3 or 4 season room that they added onto their house. And she wants to show it off. She don't really talk to me either anymore.
Mm.
But I never really talked to her about the P word till my other sister talked to her, and then she came and she ended up calling me names too.
You know, families got to realize you're only here for a short while, and
Uh,
you can't say you're sorry when you're gone. You know.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, the one sister, ever since I told my dad what she said to me, that she said if the person that won got in,
Mhm.
she wouldn't help me if I needed help. And that's the last I've heard from her.
Yeah. You know, sometimes in this world, family's all you got. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, Joe. I'm not even sure what I want for Christmas.
Oh, I haven't even thought about it. I ordered a few things that's coming in the mail. If it gets here, it gets here, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just, humdrum. I've made Christmas ornaments and stuff, thinking and hoping I'd get in the Christmas mood, spirit. It's just not happened yet.
Yeah.
I want to, you know. I think I would really get in the Christmas spirit if my little grandkids were here, you know, come in, the babies. But they live in South Dakota, so I don't see that happening. And all the other grandkids are older, so I don't have the little ones here. I love all my grandkids, but I love to see the faces on the little kids when they look at the Christmas tree lights and the ornaments, and you know what I mean? And they get tired, fall asleep up underneath the tree, you know, that kind of stuff. That's what I like. I was talking to him tonight, and my little granddaughter Riverland, she's 2. She'll be 3. And I said, "Can I have your daddy?" Which is my son. She said, "No, you have mommy. Mommy mean the Riverland." I said, "Yeah, spank her butt. Mommy mean Riverland." Because she was climbing, and my daughter-in-law got on her. And yeah, I told her, because she loves her dad. I said, "Can I have your daddy?" "No, you have mommy. It's her mean the Riverland. Spank her butt, Grandma."
Hey, what? You don't know what you want.
And I tell you, she's a tomcat's kitten, that little one is.
Just making
She
sure
is
I
a
didn't
bigger
have
devil.
an order. Had to look at my Amazon account. Had to make sure I wasn't getting my cat's food in December.
She,
Okay.
I told my son, I said, "You guys better watch." Because remember when I was out there this summer and I talked to the guys out there? She had climbed up in her high chair, and she's standing in her high chair and fell out of her high chair and broke her wrist.
Oh wow!
Oh,
She just got her arm out of the cast, and we were over at my ex's house, and she was running through the house, and they have a wood fireplace there, and she tripped over the bricks and hit her head. I watched her do it. She hit her head right here and had to go get stitches.
oh.
Well, now She just broke her foot. All within a year. And I told him, I said, they're going to think you guys are abusing that child. But if you're ever around her, she's a little dared. She's afraid of nothing. She loves to climb. You got to watch her. She'll get on chairs, climb up on the counter. You turn your back, she's climbing on something. You know, she sees something she wants. She won't ask you to get it. She'll start climbing to get it. She's very independent. And I told him, I said, she'd drive me crazy. I'd have to put her in a plastic bubble. She's cute as a button, though. Yeah, she's cute, Sue, and they named her right. Them rivers flow every which way, and that's the way this child goes.
Yeah, one thing I won't do is I won't go for the Black Friday deals. The day after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. I did that one time. My best friend talked me into it when our kids were, I don't know, about 12 years old. And she talked me into going with her. And I'll tell you, there used to be a store here called Hearts. And she worked there, and you work there, you got a discount. So she says, go with me and I'll get you some stuff on my discount. Oh, man. Never again will I go shopping. We stood in that line. People they were actually getting mad at each other. If somebody grabbed something, somebody grabbed it out of their hands. It was like, man.
Yeah. This was years ago. One time me and my dad went to Kmart. And this was when motion lights first came out. So we got up super early to get over there, and we just wanted a couple boxes. So, and people were just going crazy.
I mean, they literally now, I can imagine what it'd be like now. People are more bolder now. They'll just knock you out, you know?
Yeah.
You got something they want, they don't think twice about knocking you out. I don't remember how that was.
Yeah, but people are crazy that day, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen. I didn't even see him come in.
Yeah, Steven, he's playing a game.
Oh. I bet anything. These ain't the right things for us. I hate that when I don't do something for a while and I put it away, and then when I get it back out, I got to remember how to do it all over again.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done it like once, and that was enough. And it still that they have on Black Friday. If you wait, then you'll find it again, even cheaper yet.
Well, everyone's got TVs. They need to put sales on groceries, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anymore, groceries cost more than TV. If you go and buy groceries for the week, it costs more than a television.
Yeah, one time the TV crapped out in the living room, and so my dad wanted to get a new TV, and thought of going for the Black Friday one, but then we didn't, and decided to wait, and sure enough, they had another TV on sale. It was even cheaper yet. And it even had a few more features than what the Black Friday one did.
remember Kmart's having the blue light specials. You know, you remember that? You remember Kmart's?
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody be running through the store to get over to the blue light specials. Yes, it is. Hopefully I did that right. I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's one thing I haven't done yet was Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
And I can't do it this year because I paid off everything. Paid off for the furnace being repaired and paid off for the smashed car window.
Yeah, you had a lot going on this year.
Yeah. Oh, and
Everybody that I've talked to or know has had a really bad year this year for things breaking down and finances. And, you know, I don't know anybody that's had anything good to say about this year in finances.
yeah. And also paid off for the roof being repaired because some animal was digging at it. Dug it all the way down to bare wood.
That's what I did, Joe. I ordered a few things online. Like I said, if they get here, they get here. Some of them said, oh, they're being delayed. And I'm like, whatever. I got too many other things to do to worry about it. You know, if it gets here, it gets here. If it don't, they'll get it later.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't cheap either, Susan. Unless you find somebody that just, you know, did a job or something and the windows come out of the house isn't so bad, or they just wanted newer windows to, you know, upgrade their house. A lot of times these newer homes, they're brand new and they decide they don't like the windows that's in them. They'll pull the windows out and go get something different. They're brand new windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to redo my bathroom. Gonna have to tear it out and redo it. My floor is getting, for some reason, it's getting weak right around the tub. And I don't know if it was the kids not shutting the shower doors all the way when they got in there, or just what it is. But I didn't see anything leaking. But it's a really old bathroom. It was put in like the early 50s, late 40s.
Yeah.
So now I got to redo that, get that all redone. I don't know what other one that. That's when I missed my brother because, you know, he did all that stuff. He was a contractor. I had any problems, he'd come out and he'd just, you know, get what I need and I'll be able to fix it. Or he, you know, like I said, he helped me remodel a lot in this house, me and him. And I don't have him anymore, so.
Yeah, Susan, you should notice the difference this year
Yeah.
with that window being repaired.
I like that commercial. That guy says, we stand on our windows. Or they stand on them. Their product. I don't know if you guys had that commercial. They advertise windows and they stand on them. They've been in business for years and we stand behind our product and we stand on our windows.
I think I've seen that a couple.
And I'm like, drop a brick on it. See how we stand on it. one started as a BB home. Ooh. I think when you get a hole like that or a crack, it's just like your windshield. And the more the sun, isn't it? As the sun hits it a lot, it just spreads it out. Like on a windshield car, you know how you get a crack.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the same for house windows. Where's Mater at? He might know the answer to that one.
Ooh, ouch.
Ow, Susan, how did that happen? Somebody being mean?
How'd you do that? Did you fall or something?
Oh, jeez. I think I gotta sneeze, guys.
Bless you.
Ooh. Ouch. So wondering you didn't get a neck injury off of that.
Ooh, ouch. Yeah, Mater was saying that the other night. One time he was at Harbor Freight and stock people on the other side of the rack. Well, they were stocking stuff and whatever, and they were like throwing it in hard, and a box on the other side literally fell off and hit Mater right in the head.
Ooh. Did he get hurt?
No, he didn't get hurt. It didn't hit him like direct on whatever.
Oh, they're lucky. He could have gotten it. You know? Man.
Yeah, one time I hit a window with my head. That was because I tripped over something.
When I was little, our house, my mom and them rented a house. And when you come in the back door was right here. And then we had a door that went to the basement that was right here next to the back door. And it opened that way going into the basement.
Yeah.
Well, our back door was one of them old doors that's in these old houses. I mean, big, heavy doors. And my mom had kept telling the landlord, you need to fix the hinges on that door. It's loose. It's going to fall. Well, I had been outside playing, and I come running in the house. My brother was chasing me, and I pushed the door up and come running in the house, and the door come down, and it had a big window in it, and it come down and hit me in the head, busted the glass. It would have come completely over me, but the basement door where the door frame was caught that door to keep it from coming all the way over down on me. But it did the glass over my head. But yeah. And the landlord told my mom, he says, you're going to have to fix that. And my dad looked at him. He said, you're lucky it didn't kill my kid. You know? So, yeah. And we hadn't lived there, but I don't know, maybe. Actually, they were still unpacking stuff. So.
Yeah.
They sent us kids outside to play, and, you know, we'd come running in that back door. It was one of them old, big, heavy doors.
My brother broke a window once. This was years ago. He was hauling a chair outside, and course, he had the legs like sticking out, and he's gonna take it out. Instead of going through the door, it went right through the window.
It's terrible. When we stationed out in California, 29 Palms, we had a guy that was he had an alcohol problem, and his wife was she became a good friend of mine, and he would get drunk. He was perfectly fine when he wasn't drunk, but when he'd get drunk, he'd go home and want to beat on her.
Yeah,
Well, she knew he was out drinking, so she says, I'm not staying home, because she was 2 or 3 months pregnant. She wasn't going to take that chance. So
yeah,
she came over to my house, because I told her if ever he did that, just come on over to my house, you'd be safe there. Well, she did. She came over to my house because she knew he was going to come home drunk. And he come to my house beating on the door, wanting her to come out and stuff. I told him, I said, she ain't coming out there. You need to go home, go to bed. She'll be home tomorrow. We started beating on the door. And she's telling him, please go home. I'll come home tomorrow. And he just kept on. He got mad. And we had a picture window, like right next to the door, a big picture window.
yeah.
He went right over there, and he punched that picture window and put his hand through it, cut his arm all up.
Ooh,
So my husband at the time ran out there and wrapped him in a towel and, took him to the hospital in town, because if he'd have called the barracks or the MPs, he would have gotten a lot of trouble, because they ain't supposed to act like that. And with them having a new baby, anytime you got in trouble in the service, they deducted from your pay, or, you get sent, you got to stay in the barracks for so long or something, So
yeah,
So he took him to the hospital in town and got him stitched up in town, up in the Yucca Valley. And he got him stitched up, and he told him, he said, I won't report you if you go and get help. You don't get help, I'm going to report you. And you're going to sign up for help right here, right now. And he did. He told him, he says, you got a baby on the way. You can't be acting like this. And he goes, and you're going to pay for that window. So I thought, could you imagine what he'd have done to her if she'd have been home? Or
yeah.
she'd have went home with him? We used to bat rocks in a field behind our house. And my brother was out there batting rocks. And he put one through my mom's kitchen window, and I thought she was going to kill him. And he kept telling her, I was batting rocks. And she was swearing up and down he had a slingshot that he wasn't supposed to have. And he told her, no, I was hitting him with a board. I was batting rocks. She's going to kill him because she thought he was lying to her.
Yeah.
She says, you ain't going to bat a rock that far. Did it with a sling. Well, yeah. Ooh. My son does too, Joe, but he was in a bad truck or car accident, and yeah, he was in the hospital, coma and stuff, and he lost his short-term memory. He has to write notes to everything, and I told him, you need to write notes to remind you to look at your notes.
Oh, wow, Joe.
He's 40-something years old, and I still have to call and remind him, you got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. You got this tomorrow, because I'll tell him to write it down. He forgets to look at his notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
And one time I had a concussion. I didn't remember anything. All I remember is I was riding my bike and it hit a pothole and I flipped over.
Hmm.
I was banged and bruised everywhere.
I did that in 2008. I was rear-ended, folded my truck up like a teepee, the back end, pushed me into the vehicle in front of me. We were all at a dead stop, and this guy come flying through it. I'm a 55. Everybody says he was going at least 70. I don't know. I didn't see it. It's a good thing I didn't, because if I'd have seen him coming, I probably would have tensed up and been a lot worse. But he was going hard enough to total my F-150.
Yeah.
My grandson got his license, and he's driving now. And I tell you, I worry so much him, but he got him so he can drive himself back to college, and he comes here over the weekend. And I just worry because he's a new driver, and there's so many drivers out there. And they don't know what the speed limit is. They think they're on an autobahn. And with what happened to my son the other night, that's really, I've been really worried.
Yeah. Yeah. One time someone tried pulling a stunt on my mom. This was before she started having medical issues and that, and it was late. We didn't have lunch yet, so she decided to stop at Taco Bell. So she's waiting in the drive-through line, and she put the car in parked instead of pulling the brake down all the time. So she's sitting there waiting for the person to get done with their order, and the person in front decides to back up and hits the front of the car,
Hmm.
and they had the nerve to say that my mom had hit them,
Huh.
and she had the car in park.
Yeah.
And so she called the cops, and the cops went in the Taco Bell and reviewed footage, and it shows that the woman was at fault.
People try to get away with stuff that they.
Yeah,
And why do they got to do that? I mean, just own up to it. You did it, own up to it.
yeah,
Because that didn't get her nowhere. That got her having a bad look in the cop's eyes. You know what I mean?
yeah,
To be a liar. And if the cops reported her trying to lie to her, if she had insurance to her insurance company, that ain't going to look good on her there either.
didn't they renegade?
Night Renegade. Didn't he go live tonight?
Yeah, he did. He was
Yeah,
like
I was going to say,
for me.
I got right in there at the end of it. Yeah, oh boy, I missed that one. And I was surfing the channels, and I went into Miss Southern Bells for a bit, and then I went into oh, she crafts and colors, and I can't think of her name now. I went into hers for a little anyway, so I went in hers for a little bit.
Yeah.
She was on right before you. Oh, she still might be on. I don't know. She creates and crafts and creates or something. That's her name. Went in hers for a little bit. I think it's Kathy Crafts and Creates or something. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, I was using that on my phone too for a bit because I was having issues with the internet. Because there were a few nights I was buffering really bad.
Well, that one night mine kept kicking me out. Kept shutting down on me. It wasn't doing anything. Just sitting there and it kept kicking me out.
Yeah.
I was on yours, I think. Kept kicking me out. The TV downstairs kept going off. My granddaughter come up here and says, "Your internet go out?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "So did mine." Friend coming back, or she gone for the
Okay,
night?
sure. Joe, how did you know they had pork chops tonight? Yeah, I had rice roni and pork chops for supper.
I had leftover lasagna. I didn't, like I said, my cousin comes. She stuck around quite a while, so I didn't really make a big dinner. She left, and I just heated up some lasagna.
It's
Tomorrow,
one,
I'm meatloaf, I think.
it's one thing I haven't made in a while is lasagna.
Yeah.
Last time I had Stouffer's. And of course, I gotta add cheese to it because he
Yeah. I
put,
gotta have it homemade. I don't like it it's got to be homemade, or I just don't like it.
yeah,
And I put about 6 or 8 different kinds of cheeses in mine. I layer it, cheese, noodles, meat, cheese, sauce. But I start my sauce early in the morning, make homemade sauce, homemade spaghetti sauce.
yeah. I think the hardest part for me I was so used to making a big pan of lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
That's when everyone was here and had to adjust to making just a little pan of it.
I used to make it a couple times. We didn't want ham at Christmas, wanted something different. So one year my husband made prime rib, and we turned around and made lasagna too. So, and the rest of the fixings, we had lasagna, potatoes, corn. We had the broccoli, all that stuff with it. And it was the first time I'd ever really made lasagna at Christmas time, and kind of made a big hit. Now every year at Christmas they want lasagna too.
Yeah,
I made it early this year. I ain't gonna make it for Christmas.
yeah, I've done that a few times, Susan. There were times we even made a pan that was bigger and leftovers we just cut up, put in containers, and froze it.
Yep, that's what I do. But the problem is when I make lasagna, my brother-in-law, I have to take, because he lives in Toledo, and I make him a separate little pan, so everybody take him a pan of lasagna because he loves it.
Yeah,
And my kids, they all want a dish to go home with them after they've been here for dinner. So I have to make 2 or 3 great big pans of it, just so they got stuff to take home. And it's almost an all-day thing, really, because I'm cooking sauce all day.
yeah.
And I'm going to start my Thanksgiving cooking a day before. 'Cause I got so much to make. Like Joe, she could probably tell you, when you come from the South, you put a spread out there to feed an army. You know, I don't know how to cook for just a small bunch. I'm so used to cooking for a crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, I got myself a turkey leg and got an acorn squash, sweet potato. I'll have that for Thanksgiving.
I got one of them little bitty ladybugs flying around here. It's driving me nuts. We had the door open for a little bit today, and I think she got in.
Yeah. Yeah, when I got up this morning, Layla was walking down the hallway, then all of a sudden she jumped up and swat whatever she saw.
Tootsie trying to catch flies on the screen door. You know how many screens I've had to fix because of her? She jumps up and she knocks the screens, holes in them, or because she's so big. And she hadn't had her nails cut, and her nails put a hole in the screen. So I had to fix that.
Yeah.
But she cracks me up when she tries to catch them flies. I can't stand flies. They're one of the nastiest things.
Yeah, same thing with me, Joel, was had to adjust just making just for one, which is me.
Yeah. Well, I grew up, my mom, there were 6 of us. And then my mom remarried and he had kids. So there were 7 of them. Now, they weren't all at once, nothing like that, but they would come for the holidays. And then we had my grandma, my grandpa, my aunts and uncles would come down with their kids. So we'd have kids sitting along the wall, sitting on lard buckets, sitting, anywhere you could find a seat, sitting on the steps going upstairs. Big dinners. That was just the way, buy
Yeah.
a big 25-pound bag of potatoes and,
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Susan.
it must be the sniffles tonight, Arnie. You got them and I got them.
Yeah, I was sneezing like crazy in the morning.
I was yesterday.
I got up, I sneezed, went to the bathroom, I sneezed, went in the kitchen to sit down, more sneezing. Oh.
Doing that yesterday. I couldn't stop. It was like, achoo, achoo, achoo. Like 2 and 3 in a row. And it's like, what is going on?
Yeah, it was driving me crazy.
I got quite a few of them done tonight. It takes probably like 1,000 of them to make a quilt. I just work on them when I'm bored, throw them in a box. I figure when I think I got enough, I'll start hand stitching them. Then put some little like padding in behind it, make it like a puff quilt, puffy kind of.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
I'm just hoping that I get it sewed before they start coming unglued.
Oh.
So I think that's a pretty one. What do you guys think? Little roses on it. Just all different kinds. There's this one, some flowers on it. Just doing different ones. There's that one. This has got some blue in it. y'all can see the colors of that. I can sit and watch a movie and I get bored and I just start gluing these to the fabric. Susan, it's called English paper piecing. And what it is, you get like paper shapes, whether it's, I use hexagons, you can get squares, circles, whatever, and you get little scraps of fabric. And you put the square onto the fabric, like so here. And you can buy these little glue pens. This is called a sew line pen. And you just let me show you here. I'll show you with this one. Just a little dab of glue around the edge there, if you can see it. And then you fold that over on it on all your corners. I got a little too much fabric. Usually you trim it up, but just a little bit below it, yeah. And then when you get them all together, you make a bunch of them, you can sew them together. So it's called English paper piecing. There's a couple channels out that do this, like Emma Jones. She has a channel that she does some beautiful different things, but she does a lot of English paper piecing. And then there's the lovely green sofa, I think is it. She's an older woman and she's in the UK and she
Yeah.
does a lot of stuff with it. Yeah, it's a lot of different things you can. Yeah, Last Homely House, you got it, Susan. Yeah, I watch her a lot and do them. There's different ways you can do them, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that, Joe. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that one time. I think it was on Brenda's or something. Brenda Lamb's.
yeah, I've got this basket here. It's about a quarter away full. So of all different ones. So once I get them done, there's all different colors in there. Oops. So I actually did a flower. Um, I did a flower when I started it.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. And you can sew these on the top of a quilt or a bag or whatever. Or you keep going and you start your quilt. So, and then
Yeah.
the different ones. It's a way to use up your scrap fabric if you sew or quilt or anything. Use up your scraps. Yeah, her name is Kate. Yep. I like watching her. I like to listen to her voice. I don't know. I've learned quite a bit from her too, actually. I did get this finished. I can show you this. I embroidered this bag.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a bag and embroidered it on there. It's kind of a nylon-y, silky type filling one. But yeah, I hand embroidered that. I got that done. Finally. I gotta put a lining in it though, I think. So I was gonna make that as a gift for somebody for Christmas. Like I said, everybody pretty much, because I'm not getting out shopping, they're gonna get handmade stuff this year. If they don't like it, then pass it on.
Yeah.
And I did get a couple ornaments done. I showed you them already. I don't know if everybody's seen this one in your channel. I finished this one last night. Let me get the string off of it. I did that on a little pine cone. Just got a little bird sitting on a kind of getting, it's blurry, not so blurry. Maybe if I hold it still. There's a little, I'm getting aggravated. I can't. There we go. There's a little bird sitting there. And put some little bling in there. Sitting on a pine cone. You just hang it up on a tree.
Yeah.
I was working on it yesterday when I showed it to Elon. Finished it last night. I got some other ones over there, but I don't get them. Probably, Susan, because that's what I pretty much spend my retirement doing is crafting. I got nothing else to do besides feed chickens, water the ducks, feed the ducks. With my husband, he does it most of the time now. But if I want to do anything, that's about the only thing I can go out and do. Got some quails. Go down and check the quails. Used to have a lot more animals, but when they sold the land off, my father-in-law divided the land up, and his kids all sold it off. We got rid of a bunch of the animals. We used to have horses, cows.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I could sit down and work on other things like the book nook thing and stuff like that.
I don't know how you keep from not getting in there and just diving in. I love doing mine. I was just intrigued with it. I don't know. Something about it just intrigued it.
Yeah.
I think everybody here's seen it. Everybody's seen that book nook or whatever. The one I won on Elaine's channel for the bingo. I put it all together.
Yeah, laundry had to be done, so I got some of that done.
Yeah, I did a little bit of laundry today too. I got it folded yet. It's in the dryer still. I should have done had it out. I have to heat it back up to get it warm, just so I can get it out and folded. Yeah, I love it, Susan. I thought when I got that done, I thought that is so cute. I want to get some more of them. I want to get the secret garden, the garden looking one. And then there's a cafe one, I think, I've seen that I liked.
Yeah.
Best handmade, yeah. I like handmade stuff. It says a lot, you know. Somebody cares enough to make you something. You get your feelings hurt though if you're a crocheter and you know how long it takes to make a blanket or a sweater or a shawl. It takes a long time. You know, and you sit and you stitch and stitch and stitch. It gets, especially
Yeah.
your arms get tired, your hands get tired. You give somebody a blanket and then they just throw it off to the side. That's kind of hurt.
Yeah.
My kids have never done that because they love them. They love getting blankets. They're like, make me a blanket, Mom. But I've had a few people that, you know, I thought, well, they're kind of down on their luck a little bit. I'm going to make them a blanket. They just toss them off to the side. Yep. There for the longest time, I thought crocheting was going to be an art that was forgotten because you didn't see very many people, still younger people doing it. You still seen all the older people doing it. But you know, now I'm seeing a lot more younger people starting to pick it up. And that's good, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like canning food, you know. When I was a kid, we didn't think twice about it. You got in there and helped because that was going to help you get through the winters. And kids nowadays, they don't, you know, they don't want to can. They don't want to. And I used to enjoy it when I was a kid. I didn't like going out in the garden all day picking the vegetables, but I didn't mind the canning part.
Yeah.
And that's, in yourself, that's an art too. I mean, that's an old folk art, because you can't just can anything. You got to do it right, or you get poisoned. You know, just
Yeah,
like making booze. Yeah.
you gotta use a certain type of jar and
Mm-hmm.
lids and all that.
Well, it's just like making wine or booze or moonshine. You got to do it just right.
Yeah,
I used to complain because we'd be out all day picking green beans, and then having to go home and break them up, small, clean them and stuff, and get them in the jars, so Mama could cook them and stuff, and get them canned. But I tell you what, they taste good in the wintertime. Not like them old canned green beans you get in the store.
I'm back. I'm so glad my classmate called. My teacher just put a notice in and had 10 pages of this this paper to put like a claim form. You had to copy it 10 times so I had to do it 20 times so that I had 10 for my classmate that has no power.
Wow.
She called me to talk to me about it.
yeah.
And she was in her car charging her phone up.
There was one lady and one guy who crocheted in the beginning. Her name was Teresa. Okay. I remember a Doris from Rose Cottage Studio, and she had like 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers, and she had a channel. And when I first started getting on YouTube, which was 3-4 years ago, she was one of the very first ones I was watching, and I learned how to crochet dishcloths and stuff from her. And I really liked watching her channel because she went and you could really learn a lot from her. And next thing I know, she got on one day and she said, "I'm shutting my channels down. Don't ask me any questions. I can't do it anymore. Or I got something come up in my family I got to take care of, and where I'm going, there's not going to be no internet." Never heard from her after that. And she left, and her channel was, like I said, 6,000 or 7,000. She was really growing her channel.
I remember that.
Yeah. And she just left. And that was one of the very first ladies that crocheted. She'd take you out by the ponds or take you certain places, and she'd walk you through how to do stitches. And I really liked watching her.
Yeah.
And then I started watching Crystal from Bag O' Day, and
she's even skinnier now.
Oh, I know. She's not going to go and do any things where we're going to see her anymore. It's all going to be hand tutorials. She made a video yesterday about it.
That's what, because I saw the what do you call it? The tab. I just haven't watched it yet.
Susan, the lady you're talking about, was she on YouTube a lot? Seems like I remember something about a lady that had a channel and she was crocheting. I don't know. I could be thinking of something else.
There's times I would do that, Joe, and sometimes I would use the speech to text thing, and of course most of the time autocorrect puts in the wrong word.
Okay, I think we might be thinking the same lady, Susan.
Yeah, Walmart have these again. I want to get more of them.
Is that a back scratcher?
Yeah.
You can use them in a Zen garden too.
Yeah, last year these were $1. Now they're $1.50.
Yeah. You can get you some sand and put it in a little like square box or a dish. Put some little rocks in there and a little plants or whatever, and you can make a little Zen garden with them. You just kind of
I've seen those.
Yeah. My granddaughter loves them. She'll sit and fiddle with one. She'll put different colors of sand in it. kind of swirl them around.
Yeah, for a while, what I was doing is I was getting these waterfall things.
Hmm.
Every so often, Walgreens had like a waterfall in, so I would get one and set it up in that, and about a month later, the pump on it would like crap out on it.
Yep. We shelled some, Mark, but we also just popped them. And we used to make shuck beans where you sewed them on a thread. You made big, long rows of beans on a thread. And then they hung them up till they dried out. And then you stuck them in a pillowcase. And you put them somewhere dry. And then when you got hungry for them, you took them out and you put them in a pan of water and you cooked them. And they called them shuck beans. And we used to string beans. We used to think that was funny, sitting there sewing beans. You remember doing that, Joe? Seeing them do that, shell beans, or stringing beans? A lot of people used to hang them on the front porch and let the sun dry them out. They used to call it sewing beans, shucking beans, you know.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry, Steven.
Greetings.
Hi, Steven.
Hello.
I was
Hello.
wondering where you were.
I was playing a game. Took a brief pause to get.
You gave us up for a game.
Well, my
That's
wife
right.
wanted to play it. So
Bill, you need to be mean to Steven. He gave us up for a game. I'm going to tell Lane, take your name off the bingo roll.
hey now,
She won't, but I could tell her to.
thinking I had Lydia like luck last night.
Yep.
Thinking 4 times, including the record breaker.
I think she plays it again Thursday, right? Wednesday or Thursday? Yeah,
Thursday.
Thursday.
I want to say it's a softball. Susie does.
Yeah, tomorrow Susie does.
Yeah.
The crochet geek. Okay, I remember now, Susan. Yep.
That's a new one.
Yep.
Yeah, I got Elaine's card today and found it opened in the mailbox.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
No,
They take all your stickers?
no, it's not like somebody opened it, but
Okay, just to come loose.
it was like it was in something, and then they shoved something else, and then they
Huh.
tore it open.
Yeah, she
I
sends
got
out a lot of stickers. I told her, you don't have to send me stickers. I just like playing bingo. You know.
Yeah,
She sends out a lot of stickers.
I know what you. Oh, I was gonna say I know there's a yarn geek, and that's Ginger.
Yeah, this lady was on a while back that me and Susan's talking about, and I think I don't know if she quit or she flipped out or she got kicked off or something.
Yeah, one of my friends used to donate $5 a month to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of mental health problems, and he stopped making videos. And I sent him $5 just to ask him how he's doing, and he didn't reply to me. So I just like, okay, fine. I wanted to make sure he was doing okay.
yeah.
No, not new one. First one's fine. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about Crystal though. The Bagel Day. I think there's something going on with her, and she just ain't telling us, which is none of our business. But she just looks. She's lost so much weight. She looks so white, so pale. She's such a sweetheart.
Well, you can see her face is
Yeah.
inward. It's concave.
I don't know, because I know she got on one time throwing a fit that somebody was asking about her medical condition because she had been to the doctor. And she took it offense and told him it was pretty much none of their damn business. She said, I don't even tell my mother my business. Why would I tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Don't.
and ever since then she's been looking a little worse and a little worse. Like she's,
Hey, don't bite back at those that ask about if you're doing okay. That shows that they care.
Well, she's a 1 million subscriber
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And these people, she had people being cruel. She had people in there being haters and rude. Yeah, and they was yelling at her, about not telling them. And, yeah, you'd have to
oh,
watch her. You'd have to watch her to know what she's like. She's very private. But she had people threatening her family.
They found out where her new house is.
Yeah, they sent the police there saying on her, she got her gold plaque and she was doing a celebration live. And we were all in there. And the cops come and busted in on her house because somebody had, what do they call that, called in and said she was online and there was stabbings and shootings and stuff going on in her house.
I know the name.
oh,
I can't think of the name of it either.
okay. Okay, now I understand. Okay, I did not know.
They, what is that word, guys?
Trolling?
No, it's a word they use when you're online and they call the cops on you and they come to your house. Oh, I can't even think of the name of it now.
Live raid or
No, they call it something. It's
I
not
probably
it's not ghosted. It's it wasn't welfare check. It was something they did to her. They think it was a YouTube person that was subscribed and was jealous of her.
It caused the police to come.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it.
I can't think of it.
Not welfare check.
They came there with guns, and she's got dogs and small children.
Bombs. Not.
Yeah, she's got dogs and small children, and her dogs are very protective. Now, just imagine if them dogs would have went after them cops, because they came with their guns drawn and stuff, from what I heard. They would have shot them dogs or her children or anything.
Yeah.
Hazed? No, it wasn't hazed. Oh, what do they call that term? It's a YouTube term. When they, you're on and the cops show up at your house.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't pull the term out of my head.
I can't think of it either. Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Watch it pretty
not
soon.
fishing.
Watch it pretty soon. We'll be seeing smoke coming out your ears, like.
Because she was so happy, and she was doing giveaways after giveaways, and it was celebrating her millionth subscriber night, and we were all in there, and we were having a good time, and they did that to her. She had to shut it down. She was so shook up.
Susan says fishing ?
No, it's not fishing.
I'm not sure what it would be.
It's a word they use. I mean, it's happened to a lot of YouTubers. You could be doing a live and somebody don't like you, and they'll call the cops and say
swatting.
Swatting. That's
I wrote it in Google, and
yeah, they swatted her. Yeah. Swatting.
Okay, so she does have a reason to be protective.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm doing a channel and I tell you guys I went to the doctor today, and then you're demanding the next day, like, what is wrong with you? Why won't you tell me what's wrong with you? Being real
Or you're
nasty
telling
about it.
someone else their business.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
Uh,
it, Mark. Swatting. So they were looking into it. I think they're going to catch him because she said they had a pretty good idea who it was, and they were going to be able to trace it or something. I don't know, unless they use like a throwaway phone. But
so,
there was a big stink over that one because they. She said something when she come back. I know who you are. I know who you are. You know who you are. You mock me. You know. She went off on him, and everybody just assumed it was a male crocheter. So all these male crocheters were losing
Like
subscribers.
Juan and all
Yeah,
of
a
them.
bunch of them was losing subscribers big time, and they had to straighten that all out. You know, no, it wasn't one, it wasn't this one, it wasn't that. You know, because they got up in the morning, they had like it started 900. They waking up in the morning 200-300 subscribers, losing subscribers over it because everybody loves Crystal,
Yeah,
and they thought it was them that did it. Yeah, and
I
because she
remember
said it
about
was
it.
a man, you know, huh?
I
Well,
remember hearing about it, but
yeah.
never
Well,
seen it.
everybody assumed that she said it was. She never once said it was a man. They just assumed it.
Thriss did.
Yeah, Tristan.
Thriss and Stitches did. She said it was a man.
But Tristan never did. She just said, "You know who you are." You know. I mean, she come on live and did it. We was all in there. And yeah, it was a big thing over that.
mm,
She come on. She apologized and stuff, but she was shook up, scared. I mean, they're in her house with guns. You know, I'd have been freaking out.
yeah, especially if you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, she was
But
doing the
she was,
live.
which it sounds like from you, she wasn't doing anything wrong.
She
She
wasn't
was,
doing anything. She was giving giveaways. Like, okay, type in this word. This is what the giveaway is. I mean, she was celebrating really big for her million subscribers. And her packets that she were giving away, there was not any of them under $200. Like 50. Even gift cards, $200, $250. I got a gift card here for $300. Type in this word. When you're this, you know, this number comes up. She'd say, "Give me a number, Alexa. Give me a number," and they'd give her a number, and whose ever name come up under that counting that number got that gift card. I mean, we were just like maybe 20-30 minutes into it when that happened.
Yeah,
So it was sad. It really, I mean, she worked 10 years to get that million subscribers, and for somebody to do that was terrible. You know, took that night away from her. I hope whoever they are, they're proud of themselves because that was wrong.
yeah, definitely.
Because like I said, she worked her butt off for 10 years. And most people, they put patterns out there, they charge you for them. You can go on her channel and learn yourself how to crochet on her channel and make anything. She'll show you tutorials on anything you want to make is on her channel. And she's a sweetheart. Her whole family is.
There was one time I heard too that she had a flash drive with all kinds of patterns on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess someone copied it and distributed the copies.
Yep. Well, she actually had some stalkers that were even actually coming to her doors. You know, that's why they had to get a house with a big fence all around it and stuff now. Because people were just coming to her house.
Mark,
Yeah.
you said it at the same time I did, the swatting.
Yeah.
Because we were sitting there like,
I was feeling stupid because I knew, you know, I was sitting there, I knew what it was, but I just couldn't think of it.
It was on the tip of my tongue. I was like,
Like I said, it was driving me crazy because I didn't know. I would have thought about it when we got off because it would have bugged me so long I'd have went in there and watched her videos. Find it.
One of my classmates said that she's not printing off the sheets. And I know Amy, the teacher, she's going to have them, even though they're at home, put them up to show her that they printed them out.
Yeah.
Temps to drop tomorrow. Oh.
Yeah, it was nice today.
It's supposed to get cold. It's supposed to drop real quick and get cold.
Supposed to get down to 32 tonight or tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I better get my lights in tomorrow.
I'm not going to complain too much, though, because here in Ohio, we've had some mild winters. Here, the last 2 or 3, maybe even 4 winters have been nice. I mean, we have not had bad winters.
Last year, I had 3 foot of snow in one day.
Really?
3 foot.
No one else got it. Just right where I had lake effect snow. I had 3 foot of snow.
That's true, Mark. That is so true. Did you guys see what he said? He said some people are very evil and very cruel, and they don't care that they might hurts people pretty badly. Yeah. And you know, you can say you're sorry 1,000 times, but you can't take it back. That's the bad thing.
Yeah.
People can forgive, but you can't forget.
They're changing the technology where they're able to track it down.
Yeah. You know, that's why I love the Thumper dude, because he always said, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
That he was my favorite character in Bambi. I thought he was the cutest little thing. I had a habit. I worked in retail for a lot of years, customer services and stuff. And I'd go around to stores and show them how to set stuff up to make it sell better and stuff like that. So I was in the public a lot.
Yeah.
And when I would many times get rude people. And I remember my grandmother always said, if they're rude, treat them with kindness. And I remember doing that a lot. And I'd get people when they're just really going off. They'd say, well, I just hope you did it. And I'd say, that's nice. I hope you have a beautiful day. The rest of your day gets better. That's nice. Oh, it used to piss them off because I was being nice, but I was being sarcastic. Because, you know, you can't be rude to your customers. Customers are always right in the retail, you know, and keep your customers happy. And that's why when they would literally go off on some of my girls or whatever, you know, they'd call me up front. They'd be ranting and raving, just irate people. And I'd say, you have a good day. Rest of your day. That's nice. There was a few of them I kind of had to chill them out. But
There's one channel I watch at nighttime, and they basically repair electronics, and they have a person that complains about this, complains about that, they're not doing it right, and whatever.
there was a channel, I'm not going to say any names, but I had just one night I was kind of like surfing the YouTube, you know, trying to learn new channels because I wasn't subscribed to too many. This is when I first started out. And I think you and Zach and Lydia and all of them were some of the first ones I started watching. But I would hear you guys talk about the channels, and I'd go over and I'd check them out. And one night I went into a channel, and this lady was there, and it was her channel. And she was just talking bad about a few people that I had been watching. You know, not like bad, but kind of like, oh, I don't believe they allow that on their channel. And they shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do this. And they're so rude. And I'm sitting there, you're on, you know, YouTube is public. You know, you're on there. You got people in here that possibly know that person. And you're dogging that person on your channel. That's not going to get you anywhere. And I wasn't even in there 5 minutes. I said, I'm done. I'm out of here. And I left. I didn't go back. I haven't been back yet. I just don't care to go back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I figure it's not the thing to do.
Yeah, I saw the channel one time. I was watching watching it, and he got a new piece of test equipment, and it was showing how it checks. He was testing components, and he was showing how to check capacitors, and of course he said he made sure it was discharged, and it proved that he did it again. He put a screwdriver across the terminals just to show them that was discharged. Person that's trolling them.
Mhm.
My son lives in South Dakota, and yeah, he's told me that, Mark. He lives in Delmont, South Dakota. And his wife has to get up early to go to work, so they keep heaters plugged in.
Speaking of electrical and whatnot repairs, I recently put a new plug on a generator we were gifted.
Yeah.
The old one just wouldn't hold the. It was a 110 plug, and it just wouldn't hold anything in that well and whatnot. So I got a brand new one and put that in there. And so got that in there and working good and all that. So
Yeah.
I was in Florida at Christmas time, and then people were going around in Florida with coats on, and I'm sitting there in shorts. It was Christmas. We went down for my little granddaughter was little, and we took her down to Disney World for Christmas. And it was hot out. And then it was maybe in the 70s. I said, we're going to Disneyland in shorts, and then people are breaking out in coats.
What temperatures in the 70s?
Yeah. And when we was in Florida one year for Christmas.
Shorts and t-shirt for me.
Yeah, and they were wearing coats at Disney World, so they were chilly.
Yeah, what's funny is my cousin lives in California, and at 60 degrees, she's pulling out her heavy coat.
Where Dot and Elaine live, up there in Barstow, I didn't live too far from them. And when we first went out there, it's 29 Palms Marine Corps Base. I went out there in October, and I'm thinking it's in the desert. You know, I'm hot. I'm running around in a t-shirt and shorts and stuff. And they're out there in long sleeves and jeans and stuff. And like, how can you? It's cold out here this time. I'm like, buddy, I'm from Ohio. You want to see cold? You go to cold. But they were freezing up there in that desert, and I was like, Jesus, so hot here.
Yeah.
I'd be like that, I'd be sweating my. Well,
Yeah.
you know what's off, and they would be like, "What? How?" I'm from Michigan.
Mm-hmm. But they get 70 out there, you know, they get chilly. Well, Dot and them was saying the other night they were chilly, and I was sitting there going, that's hot to me.
They're going 70s, upper 70s, and we're out here. Yeah. I'm on the verge of wanting to go topless here.
Yeah. I have a son that lives in Florida, just outside of Orlando. He lives in Altamont Springs. Almonte Springs, or whatever you call that. He works at EA Sports.
We don't have heater
okay.
blocks where I live either.
Marky's from Florida. You have what, Brent? I didn't hear you.
We don't have heater blocks in Indiana where I live.
I remember back in high school, one of the foreign exchange students, she was from Indonesia, and she was like, and I still remember, she was looking forward to seeing the snow for the first time.
My son that lives in Florida, his girlfriend that lives with him, she had never seen snow. So he brought her up here. I don't know, first time he brought her up, probably about 8 years ago. She wanted to see snow, so he brought her up here for Christmas, and we didn't get any snow. And she was
Ah,
so disappointed. And the day they left to go back, we got snow at night.
Yeah.
oh,
So he brought her up the following year, and she got to see snow. She went outside, she played in it, her and the kids. She just thought that was something.
yeah.
But I don't think it feels like Christmas without snow. When I lived out in the desert, Christmas was not Christmas. I mean, it's like you look outside and it's cactuses and it's brown. And
Where I live in Florida, and then I live in Charleston, South Carolina.
Don't feel like Christmas at wintertime. In wintertime.
If it snowed, everything's shut down in South Carolina.
Yeah.
So I was on the coast. It was so warm where I lived in South Carolina that it's rare to see snow, and
Mhm.
then we get ice.
And they don't know how to deal with it when it gets real big. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
snow. They don't know how to. Just like Kentucky, they don't really know a whole lot how to deal with the snow because they use sand on their roads for snow. And a lot of people, you know, now they're starting to learn how to deal with the snow. But
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
now, see,
But you know, South
California,
Carolina further in, they'll
right?
get snow and stuff. But
But
with us so close to the coast, it's
right,
just like
but
Norfolk and Virginia Beach and stuff.
right. But one
They
thing
don't
about
get much snow,
California,
and then they do get snow.
one thing about California, you can have all 4 seasons in that state at once. You can
Yeah.
go up in Big Bear and have snow. You can go in the desert and get a sunburn. You can go down the ocean and go swimming. You can go down in the grape country and you might get fall leaves, you know. So you get all
Yeah.
seasons out there. So, but Florida, no, it's just downright hot. It's a sweat box down there.
Mark, our cold snap down here is up here is considered when we go below
Below, yeah,
0 degrees Fahrenheit.
or 2 below, or 3 below, and the winds are high, and yeah, that's
And the
what.
Yeah.
wind chills going
Yeah.
way below
An inch
too.
or two of snow, yeah, you drive through that, no problem, you know.
Wait until you feel -20 wind chill.
Yeah,
Unless it rains first,
and then it freezes.
and then it freezes, and then the snow goes on it, and then it's just a slick
Then it's fun to
ice
go out
rink
and just go in a parking lot and just
sliding everywhere.
Yeah. You go out the door and boop.
or you go out, you got
Hey.
outdoor mailboxes by the road, you're sliding across the driveway to get to the mailbox, hang on to the mailbox, grab a hold of the side of the trees and stuff just to get back in the house without falling.
Hey, net here, several sticks, park. You know, you can skates. There you go.
Yep. It's like a cartoon character. Yeah.
There's been like several times when I got on my scooter just to go get the mail because it's way at the end here, and I'm going down the road and going sliding back and forth.
Oh, come on, do a few donuts there,
Or you
Arnie.
try to keep yourself from falling, and you're doing that, you know, whoa.
Yeah, I didn't want to walk to it and chance falling, so I go on the scooter and get the mail.
Lean to the end.
Do you remember bumper skiing? I don't know if you guys ever did it, where it would be so snow, would be so far on the road, cars would be going slow. We'd run up behind them, grab a hold of the back bumper, and let it pull you down the road. We used to call it car skiing. Hang on to the bumpers and be going down the road skiing.
Yeah.
We used to do that stuff.
Yeah, Arnie. You go down, get the mail. You come back, most of the way back, and then you can lean inwards, cut it way here, get on the gas quickly, and do a victory donut. Yay! I made it.
We used to do all kinds of crazy stuff when it get icy out, snowy out. We used
Yeah.
to go out and play hockey. Take our tennis shoes, put our tennis shoes on. The roads would be icy. We'd get hockey sticks and go out and play hockey on the ice in our tennis shoes. That's how stupid we were. Get a tennis ball and them hockey sticks and go out there on the ice and just bounce that tennis ball. fall on your butt. Well, we were kids though. I mean, that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get away
back when we
iron
were
boards.
kids. Back when we were kids, we fall, we just bounce.
We'd get old people throw their trash out, and if they threw old metal ironing boards and stuff, we'd get them, take them down the hill, and use them as sleds and go down the hill.
We had a major
Yeah.
snow, really bad snow in 78,
Yep, the blizzard.
and my dad goes, "Let's see how deep it is." Grabbed me and threw me in it, and it was up to here.
Yep. We got up. We had actually got up and went to school. And school, as soon as we got to the school building, they sent us home. By the time we got home, it was up almost to our knees. And then later that night, we opened our front door, and you could see. You know, you had very little to see out your front door. And my dad kept going out shoveling the snow off so we could get out the front door. It was high. It was bad.
Yeah.
My brother and them were in the National Guard, and they knew there was a trailer park, and they had to go get some of the people out of the trailer park because they'd been out without power for so long. There was a lot of elderly, and they're out there looking for this trailer park. And they kept calling in, "We can't find this trailer park." They were actually walking on top of some of the trailers and didn't know it. That's how high the snow was out there.
Yeah.
God dang.
It was that bad. It was terrible. I remember 78. We didn't have school for like a month and a half. Here in Ohio, we got hit bad. It was bad.
I bet the thaw of that was terrible
I
too.
was 6.
Oh, we had a lot of flooding. There was a lot of
was
people
6.
died through that blizzard too. Yeah, froze to death. They were finding people frozen to death.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna call it a night here. I'm at the 2-hour mark, and just a reminder, Mater's gonna be on tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Central.
Darn, those Cowboys couldn't beat them.
Yeah.
But hey, the Lions have beat everybody.
Yeah. So hope to see everyone in Mater's tomorrow, and
Lions haven't beat everybody they played yet.
I know they lost to somebody, but I forgot who it was. I think they beat your Seahawks. They beat. I think they might have beaten the Green Bay Packers.
How's
They
Tennessee
beat the
doing
Are you
this
Texans.
year?
sure that they? I don't remember that game.
I'm sorry, Arnie.
yeah. So yeah. Anyways, believe in yourself. Be yourself. Be happy. Be positive. Be positive. Be creative, and be kind.
Night, Susan. Night, Joe. Night, Mark, and everybody
Hey,
else that's in here.
everybody.
It was nice meeting some of you. I don't remember Mark, and I don't remember the other one that was in here earlier.
Yeah. Good
But
night,
it's nice
everybody.
meeting you. I hope to see you guys again.
And anybody's welcome backstage if they want to come backstage. So, good night, everyone.
Night, everybody.